Okie dokie. I believe you guys can hear me well. Please, if you can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up, or should I wear my thing before you can hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, awesome. Beautiful. Okay, so thank you. So to give a quick overview and to help everybody catch up and bring us to a common ground, um, what this thing here, I think it's a bit loud in my ears. Okay, there you go. Awesome. So we are on a journey to create the life that we were born and created to create or to live. A life that will give us the fulfillment and the satisfaction of being alive. Because most of the times we hear people make such complaints and comments like, I hate my life. I am depressed. I'm oppressed. I am anxious. I'm afraid of failing. I don't feel like I'm good enough. I feel like an imposter, right? All of these statements are as a result of us not understanding some core principles and faculties of our being as humans. And so we took a journey trying to understand what a desire is. Because I, Vincent, by my research and study, have come to understand and captured that desires are the creative forces of everything and anything you see on the face of the earth. And so, what I'm trying to get us to understand, what I am called to reveal to my generation, if you will, is to understand what a desire really is. And I can tell you that it's a burning sensation within me that I believe that is what I am born to help people understand. Because I believe in the human capabilities and capacity than, let me just be bold and say it as it is. I think I believe in the human capability than 90% of people on earth. And I'm not saying it as a hype. If you get close to me, you will see that, because I will tell you stuff, I will push you, I will show you things to let you know that you cannot look down on yourself. So you cannot be around me looking down on yourself and always feeling timid and feeling like you are not good enough and all of those excuses or things we tell ourselves, right? Because I believe that man, you, myself, are made in the very image and the likeness of God. We are not smaller entities. We are not like a non-entity, as people say. We are not like nothing things that are just walking on the face of the earth. We are not, oh, we are here today and tomorrow we are not. No, those are all lies from the pit of hell. Man was made in the image and the likeness of God. And the predicaments and the things we go through and face are as a result of us not understanding or embracing this truth. An average Christian say these words just like that. Oh, we are made in the image and the likeness of God, but that's it. What does the image and the likeness of God represent? in your life? Are you so conscious of it that in every sphere of your life, in every decision you make, in every step that you take them and you make those decisions and choices as a result of this one core understanding? Do you really believe that you are made in the image of God? Or is just a hearsay? It's something your pastor told you? It's something you read in the Bible? It's something you have just heard people say? I came to tell you tonight and throughout this week that you, Nick, Joy, Vivian, Gospel Center, King James, Zainab, Fina, Kwame, Rachel, Mauli, Ima, or Emma, you are all made in the image and the likeness of your Father. You are perfect. I know this will tickle some people right here. Let me, again, I'm not preaching to you. I'm telling you the truth of your life. I know it's Mike, but you didn't put your name Mike there, so I have to call you by what is there. Right. So I want you to know that stop believing the lies you have been believing. And the reason I say that is you and I bear witness that the lies you have been believing, or whatever you think was true that you have been believing all these years, have not served you. That's why you still doubt your capabilities. That's why you still look down on yourself. If you see anybody doing anything exploit, anything that you admire, anything that you fancy, it's because they have found out a lie that they used to believe and they have decided to change that lie. I can tell you, if you know anybody that you admire and can go to them and talk to, ask them this question. They have found out a lie that they have believed all their life and came to the place of understanding that it was a lie. And the moment they discovered that that was a lie and they stopped believing it, everything began to change. So, if you have been doing the assignment by now, you know what you want to create, whether it's a business, whether it's as so-called God doesn't care about it as losing weight, or writing a book, or just exercising a little bit, or just changing yourself as a person. All I'm trying to let you understand throughout this week is that whatever that desire you have within you, it is not from you. It is from the Father of spirits, the one who made you in his image and in his likeness. And I reveal to you that you as a man, as a human being, you are a soul. You are not a spirit. You are not a body. You are a soul. You have a spirit which is from God, and you live in a body which is from the earth. Your body from the earth is to help you connect to the world, which is the earth, in which the Father who made you put you in. The spirit that is in you belongs to your Father, the one who has the capacity to animate you, the one who gives you the ability to know. There are things bubbling in my spirit, but I don't want to go there. I was going to talk about dreams. They are signs that there is a part of you that is able to journey when your body is silent And that's where meditation comes in. So dream is you meditating or visualizing. Because when the body is asleep, when you calm the body who is agitating because of the happenings around it, when you are able to calm that body down, your spirit man, which is God, is able to journey and pick up data from the dimensions of the spirit, if you will, and bring it to your consciousness, so that when you wake up, the soul, which is the living being inside of this body, your body is not alive. The soul is what communicates with the spirit. So I told you that your soul has your intellect. Intellect means the ability to capture data, right? It's your intellect that makes you learn. The data you capture fuels an emotion, and that emotion is what empowers or weakens your ability to do. So this week again, the reason I'm talking to you this way is because I'm trying to use the data, the information I'm giving you, to stir up a certain emotion within you. And the emotion I want to stir has to be an emotion that will empower your will to do. He said, it is he that works in you to will and to do. Ephesians chapter 3, verse 12. Right? And so this is the journey that we are on. Again, if you did the definition of your desire, you should have that now. Then we went on to establish an expectation, which, as I just mentioned, understanding who you are as a soul. And understanding who you are as a soul helps you to overcome the fears, because you know that whatever you call fear is just an information overload. I like that. Whatever you call fear is simply an information that you have gathered, which is fighting the spirit of life, which is truth. Right? Again, fear is you gathering or capturing information. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about all the things you are afraid of. Let's do this exercise right now. Actually, let's do this exercise. I want everybody to close their eyes. Your faces are not even showing anyway, so it's okay. But I want you to close your eyes with me. Please, I beg you, you are here tonight. In this next hour, engage with me. Okay. I'm not just here to talk to you. I'm here to equip you. So please engage this exercise with me. Again, let go of all that you know, because you and I, we are from the same place. We know that the lies they've told us is not working. If you are driving, okay, right? So, but just imagine, right? The closing of the eyes, again, is just like you praying and they say, close your eyes. You know, closing your eyes doesn't make your prayers answered or not, right? So closing your eyes is to avoid distraction, right? So the point is that don't get distracted, right? Focus, right? As I am talking to you, I will not close my eyes because I just want to, although your faces are not there, but I want to look at you, right? So please, I want you to close your eyes with me in the next 2 minutes. I want you to see yourself at the age of 10. You are 10 years old. Where are you at the age of 10? Where are you? What are you doing right now at the age of 10? I want you to remember that moment when something happened. What is the worst thing that happened when you were at age 10? Do you remember? Some of you probably just broke a plate. Some of you were sent to go buy something and you lost the money. Some of you, it was just a simple act of spilling something. What was that moment? Some of you, it might be something worse than what I am describing. But you get the point. I want you to remember what happened. How did you feel? Who was there? What was the words that you are hearing? Age this, some of you might remember those moments and even cry. You will remember it vividly because those are moments that has probably stuck with you all this while. Those are moments that is probably defining who you think you are right now after so many years. Those moments are still stuck with you. But I want you to fast forward till now, today, January 15th, 2025. Are those words that you heard, are those emotions that you felt, are they really true today? Some of you probably heard words like you are useless. You will not amount to anything. You are so stupid. Don't you have a brain? Words that made you felt so worthless. But again, you are in 2025, maybe 20 years later, maybe 30 years later, maybe 10 years later. Look at you now. Are you really worthless? Do you believe that you have not amounted to anything? And now I want you to take a deep breath in. And just breathe out. And I want you to say it in your mind 3 times. This is not true. This is not true. This is not true. I want you to say this as we end it. That I am all that God made me to be. I am all that God made me to be. Thanks it. I am all that God made me. Amen and amen. Right? All we just did is to prove to you that whatever they told you, however they made you feel, is a lie. I have heard those words so many times because I did not grow up living with my mom and dad. Every house that I lived in, I knew. You don't have to tell me that I was the second class citizen in the house. Not that I was really maltreated. I wouldn't really go that extent. Maybe because I have a better understanding. But the point is that it was clear because they have their own children. Right? And so no matter how much love they try to show you, it's more like you are competing or you are fighting a loose battle because they have their children who are at the same age or younger or a little bit older than you. Right? It's definitely different than you living with your mom and dad. When I was 11 years old, that's when I got the opportunity to live with my parents, my mom and dad together the first time. I was 10 years old. At 11 years, 1 year, 10 months. I remember it was like it was yesterday. 1 year, 10 months. 2006. Oh no, 1996 was when by 2000. 1996. Is when I got to live with my parents. January. So that year is when I became 11. I'm born in April. 1997, on the exact same day that Princess Diana died, October 10th, 2007. See, I still remember I was only 11 years old. Oh, yeah, I think I turned 11, going on 12. Then my dream of living with both parents was shattered. I don't know why I'm telling you this. This is not what I'm supposed to do today. Today, I'm supposed to help you gather your resources. But I want to set somebody free. First time I got to live with my parents, both of them, a year and 10 months later, they divorced. So I lived with my dad alone. I chose that because I knew that if I go with my mom, it's going to be tough. So I decided to live with my dad. But living with my dad was more like living by myself, because he would be gone for days, and even sometimes a couple of weeks. And at 11, I was living by myself. When it comes to, oh, you cannot hear me right. Is it better? So, let me put on my, so, is it better? I think, yeah, I can see that. Is it better? Yeah, so, from that time, it was just pretty much myself, right? So you can imagine every single decision that I ever made, buying things, because my old man will go and he will give you money for a day and say, oh, I'll be back tomorrow. Or if you are lucky or blessed, give you like money for 3 days and say, oh, I'll be back in 3 days. And he will be gone for a week. I told you on the first day that I ate so much gari that, you know, anytime I eat gari, I started having chest pain. But if I had allowed that to define me and say, me, everywhere I've been, now I've turned it into tongues. Oh, Jesus. People of God. I know I'm not saying my case is the worst. Maybe some of you, when you tell your story, I might be like, I lived in the palace, right? I get it. But all I'm trying to say is that we've all been through stuff. And if we will continue to allow those things to define us, then we will keep ourselves stuck in the rut, doing nothing, always looking down on ourselves. knowing exactly what we want, and yet coming up with excuses in our minds to stop us from going for those things. Let me say this again as a pastor. You have no business getting your, let me say, pause myself and say it again. You have no business worrying yourself about heaven. Your business is on earth. I know some of you are going to say, man, this pastor is losing it. No, I have been in the church all my life, and I've seen this. Hello? Yeah. So I'm not losing it as a pastor. I'm not falling out of faith. My faith is stronger than 90% of people in the church. So what do I mean by you have no business worrying yourself about heaven? Because I know you don't want to go to heaven. The way you live your life is a clear depiction that heaven is not on your radar. If heaven was on your radar, you wouldn't have taken the COVID vaccine. So my point is, you want to live here on earth. Yes, Zainab, you can laugh, right? You wouldn't have taken it. You would have been like, oh, thank you, Holy Ghost. It's time to go home. But you don't want to die. You want to live. So why keep on making excuses that would deny you from living the life that will give you the fulfillment and the things that you desire? And that's where I mean by you've been lied to. That, oh, those things doesn't matter. Oh, money is the root of all evil. Oh, money does not bring happiness. But you work 3 jobs. Why don't you stop working and stay at home? Find some huts under the bridges there and live there quietly. You are doing everything that shows that heaven is not your priority. So why don't you focus and maximize your time here so that you can live a better life? So, again, I'm sorry, but I get a little bit passionate about this thing because I believe in you, Nick. I know what you can do and what you can create. So stop looking down on yourself. Stop allowing Google to tell you that you have this or there is this, you are depressed or you are oppressed or you are this, you are black and so you are. No. Forget about all of those things. There is a treasure in this earthen vessel, and the excellency of it, he said, is not of you, but it's of God. I can quote scriptures to prove to you that everything I'm telling you, I'm not making it up. Did you hear that scripture I quoted? He said there is a treasure in these earthen vessels, and the excellency of it is not of us. So who told you are just flesh and blood and you are nothing? And, we are all. One of the things I hate hearing is this statement that has gotten so much into our heads. If you've been around me, you know what I'm talking about, but I'll say it anyways. We are not perfect. And I get it. But the more you tell yourself you are not perfect, the more you live an imperfect life. It is just like that. That is what the scriptures teach. One man's sin made us sinners. Another man's righteousness made us righteous. Why do you still hold on to the old nature that is not perfect and describe your new self as unperfect? No wonder you keep doing things that are not perfect. So, Pastor V, do you think you are perfect? Yes, I am perfect. My perfection is not according to your fallen nature description of perfection. No man makes another man perfect. It is God who makes all of us perfect. And if God says I am perfect, who are you to tell me I'm not perfect? That's how I live. That's how I roll. I'm perfect because I'm made in the image of perfection. The imperfection is because I bought into the lies of the world. "2025, watch out. Watch out. I want you to tell 2025 that. 2025, watch out. Can you post it in the comment? 2025, watch out. I'm coming. If you cannot proclaim, you cannot claim it. What your mouth cannot utter, you cannot alter. What I mean by that is what your mouth cannot say, you cannot change. Say, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. 2025. I'm coming. It has just begun. I'm coming. I'm coming. 2025. Watch out. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I refuse to be timid like 2024. I refuse to feel depressed. If we tell you the things we all go through, it will amaze you why I'm even here talking to you like this. Because I refuse to allow what is going on around me to describe who I am as a person. No. I am bigger, I'm better, I'm mightier, I'm greater than what goes on around me. I am not my environment. I'm not the people around me. I'm not the things around me. I am made in the image and the likeness of God. I don't know why I'm going this way, but I believe somebody needed to hear it one more time. Because tonight, I just wanted to walk you through how to gather resources. But please pardon me. Somebody needs to hear this over and over again. I have a channel dedicated to this. And I just created it, but it has over 5K subscribers already. People need to hear this. You must take a bold step. You have defined what you want. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, whether small, big, medium, whatever the classification you will give it, it's still from God, your Father, who is pricking your heart to pursue that dream. Whether it's to go back to school, it is the spirit of life pushing you, saying it is time to go back to school. It is time to do that business. It is time to elevate yourself. Take that training, take that course, learn it, master it, because something mighty is about to come. If you will listen to this one, can I tell you something? You have become a prophet or a prophetess. Yes. Because what you have done is to align yourself with the voice of the Spirit. And the more you consistently do that, the more God can talk to you. I told you earlier, that I'll show you that this is one of the secrets of hearing from God. I chip these things in because I know all of you here are Christians. But you have not understood who you are as a person. You are hiding behind the guise of Christianity or religion. And you are missing the truth of who you are. Again, you are mighty. You are great. There is something spectacular about you. Those that you admire, they are not better than you. There is no special people on earth. No, it is a lie from the pit of hell. All of us are made equal. Now, let me take these few moments and let's go through this real quick. Before we go in, I want us to take these declarations. I want you to say it after me, please. Unmute yourself. Let's do this together. Okay, please unmute yourself. Let's do this together. Everybody, please unmute yourself. Let's do this together. Whether there is noise at your background, it doesn't matter. We want to make some declarations. Okay. We want to make some declarations. I talked to a pastor friend and he said, bro, the things you've been saying, I've been researching the scriptures and I have found out that they are true. And now I don't even know how to pray anymore. He said, I don't know how to pray anymore. Why? Because now he doesn't have to fight the witches and the wizards because he has come to see who he is. And so his prayer is all, Father, I thank you. Father, I thank you. Is that not how Jesus prayed? He said, the prince of this world comes, but he has nothing in me. This is the believer's authority. This is who you are. Stop playing small. How can he that is seated far above principalities and powers, seated in heavenly places, still be fighting from the ground? What king sits on his throne and fights the peasant? It is you who has empowered the devil to manipulate and to mess up with you. Every spirit that is in the dimensions knows that there is something peculiar about you. The only problem is you don't know. That's it. Let's make these declarations before we go to this last piece. So tonight, our assignment is to search for resources. And so we want to make these declarations before we even do it, right? Say, I have access to all the resources I need to bring my desires to life. Please, let's say it.
I have access to all the resources I need to bring my desires to life.
Say, I am resourceful.
I am resourceful
and capable of finding the tools.
And capable of finding the tools
to support my journey.
To support my journey.
I like that. Let's say that one again. Say, I am resourceful.
I am resourceful.
I am capable of finding the tools.
I am capable of finding the tools
to support my journey.
To support my journey.
And the last one, say, every day.
Every day.
In every way.
Everywhere.
Every day.
Every day.
In every way.
Everywhere.
I attract the people.
I attract the people.
The skills.
skills,
and the knowledge
and the
that
knowledge
help me grow.
that helps me grow.
Amen.
Amen.
Awesome. So now, tonight, we are searching for resources. The key point here is that we have every dream, every desire requires a team. You cannot do this alone. Stop trying to be a lone star. Okay? Stop trying to do this alone because you cannot. Remember, we said you are made in the image and the likeness of God. Meaning, Zainab is also made in the image and the likeness of God. Why are we all on this face of the earth? We are all here because we are a part of each other. That's why I cannot look down on you. I cannot look down on you. This is perfection. See, when you understand who you are, you automatically become perfect. I cannot look down on you. I cannot belittle you because I have more money than you. No, it is foolishness. Money does not define a person. Jesus said the possessions of a man does not define who they are. So we need each other. What you need, somebody has already attempted. Somebody has already tried. Somebody has already achieved. They have achieved it in a certain capacity that you need to come and continue. We see that perfectly with our Father. When he created the heavens and the earth and everything in it, on the sixth day, when he made man and handed over everything to him, the Bible says, and God rested. And that's where you and I were given the authority and the charge to take over the earth and rule it and subdue it, expressing the divine life within us. And so we need to find the right tools and the resources. Right? So to read this real quick, resources provide the how behind the why of your desires. They give you the insights, the knowledge, and the skills necessary to overcome every challenges and empower you to take action. I just finished teaching Microsoft 365 Defender. Why? Some people needed that knowledge, that skill. I have already gone through the process. And so I offer that knowledge and skills to them. See, that is resources. Some of you, there is a book you bought. It is still sitting on your shelf. You have not opened it yet. That is your resource. The exact struggles that you were having that made you buy the book, you are still having that same struggles. And yet the book is still sitting there. There is a course you bought. You probably have not even started it yet. You bought it because the desire in your heart pricked you and said, you need this program. And that's why you bought it. But it's still sitting there. And we are coming up with all the excuses that says that, it's because of the children. It's because of this. A friend of mine who has been coming here almost every day kept asking me, bro, how do you do this? Why are you always up? I'll text you at this time, you are there. And then I come here in the morning, you are still up here working. I don't see you sleeping or dozing off and, making excuses and saying, oh, I'm tired, I'm this. And I said, bro, I have discovered that this is my life. This is why I was born. No excuse. My children are 9, 7, and almost 1 year old. If I keep finding excuses of why I cannot do this because I have to take care of them and I have to do this and all of the demands that they bring, I try to fulfill those desires. And in the night, when they are asleep, I stay up. That's how I write. That's how I put my programs and courses together. That's why I advertise my businesses online. That's how I do everything else that I do. That's how I prepare my message to go preach at church. If I keep finding excuses, that means the next 20 plus years, let's just make it even. The next 20 years until my kids are 20, when they are so independent, I will not be productive. It will just be, I go to work, I come home. I go to work, I come home. I go to work, I come home, and that's it. But you, listening to me right now, you need me as much as I need you. So I need to make the sacrifices. Sacrifice my sleep. There are days that you cannot do anything about it. Right? We have to understand. There are days you can't do anything about it. That one, nobody will force you. Your body will force you to sleep. It's okay. Sleep. See? So I'm not trying to put a burden on you. I'm trying to help us to understand who we are as a being. There are days your body will give up on you. You cannot function as you want to function. Sleep. You wake up refreshed. Go back to it. Don't make that a holiday and say, that was a good sleep. Let's continue. No. Don't continue. Wake up and go do it. So now, the exercise is here. I want you to create your personal resource list. Right? That's the exercise for tonight as we close. Create your personal resource list. Take a few minutes to write down at least 5 resources, whether books, skills, mentors, online tools, or courses that would help you achieve your vision. So Zainab, like you're saying, the Think and Grow Rich did not give us all of these things. Right? It just gave us the knowledge, the intellectual stuff. But I realized that these are the missing keys. Next week or tomorrow will be the implementation, where you actually implement. I know this is an hour a night, but I'm giving you the tools so that you know what to do at every point in time. Right? So we've dealt with the mindset. We've dealt with the things that are holding you down. We've dealt with the lies. We've allowed you to find yourself as a being, why you are alive, why you are here on this planet. And so now, go do the work. That is the difference. I'm writing another book called The Law of Creativity. And I know a lot of people in the church who don't understand will fight it or think I'm going astray, because I know how they all think. At the very cover of the book, you will see this title there: The Missing and the Foundational Law Behind the Law of Attraction and the Law of Vibration. The church does not understand that, but that is a truth. It's not a lie. But what I'm trying to bring in there for us as a church to understand is that there is a creative force within us, which is God. The law of vibration says that everything on earth vibrates at a certain frequency, which is true. Scientifically, it is true that everything is vibrating. And it says that you will attract, the law of attraction, you will attract things that you are at the same vibration level with, or vibrational energy with. It is true. The reason why the poor keeps getting poor is because they are vibrating at a level of poverty. That vibration is what we dealt with yesterday, the fears. The fears are the vibrations. You are afraid of being poor. So you don't take the actions and the decisions that will make you rich. And so you remain poor. See, the fear of sickness makes you sick because you are so worried about COVID or about another one that is coming, that by the time it gets here, you have already contracted it. But if you will think from the dimension, that's what they call vibration. If you will think from that level of God, that the spirit of life is in me, I cannot contract any sickness or any disease. In the name of the one whose image I bear, Jesus the Christ. I told you yesterday, there's a book I have here and my eyes is always on it right there. A big book by John G. Lake, a very mighty man of God. He was an American, very rich man. He left all his money, decided to go back to Africa, in South Africa, to go do missions work. When he got there, there was a pandemic there. People were dying left, right, center, everywhere. And the disease was so powerful that even if you touch somebody, and that's the next one coming. Okay, Vince, leave that. If you touch somebody or their liquid from them touches you, you contract the sickness. So people were dying and they could not bury them. So he rose up and said he will bury all of these people. He started burying them. John G. Lake. Go and search him out. John G. Lake. The G stands for Graham. John G. Lake started burying them and he wasn't contracting the sickness. Was he special? No, he wasn't. He was operating from a level of understanding. He went on further and told the doctors, let's do an experiment. He said, take the sickness, put it on my skin, it will die. All I'm trying to tell you is that same power is in you. It's not only in your pastor. It's not only in your prophet. It is in you as a being who will understand who they were created and made to be and will yield and submit themselves to that power. That's what your pastor have done. That's what your prophet have done. That is why they are operating from that dimension. They are not special. They are made just like you. And it's coming from a pastor. I want to set you free. This is why Jesus came. The Pharisees had enslaved the people. Right? When they are passing by, everybody have to bow and worship. And yet they did not know that they were all children of Abraham. They say it with their mouth. They boast about it. And yet they could not manifest it. Tonight, your assignment, our time is fast spent. Gather the resources. For example, I gave you examples here. A book that explores your area of interest. An online course on a relevant topic. A productivity tool that could streamline your efforts, meaning something that can help you do more of what you know you're supposed to do. Some of you, probably that's all you need. You have the idea, you have probably started it, but you are not productive. You keep stopping because you have to do multiple things at the same time. I'm trying to go big on social media now. So I use a tool called Repurpose. So once I post it on YouTube, it goes to all the other channels. Productivity. Right? Some of you have to start a podcast. I know my brother here said he's starting a podcast, right? Or a YouTube channel that provides insight and inspiration. That's what I'm doing now. Right? Or maybe you just have to join a networking group of people with similar goals that can help you understand and maximize your efforts. So please, I beg you, don't just take these things in. Go and do these exercises so that by the end of the week, you will have clarity and know exactly what to do. One key thing, and this will be my third book that I will publish next 2 months in March. connecting with mentors and experts. In the book, I talk about find the who and not the how. So many people get stuck in creating their desires because they get stuck with the how. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? How do I do that? But if you can find the who, you will know the how, because your who has already done the how. Right? So connecting with mentors and experts. That's the second assignment there, right? So if you want to take it to the next level outside of gathering these resources, that's a key part too. You can leverage other professional networking sites, right? LinkedIn, it's a good place. It has a lot of professionals you can connect. Please take the initiative and connect with somebody. The worst they can do is to say no, right? I know the way I'm talking, if I say I'm a shy person, everybody says I'm kidding, but I'm a shy person, honestly. I'm not saying it in a funny way, but I'm shy, but I had to overcome it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I had to overcome my shyness, which I still have a little bit there, right? But I had to overcome it to be able to do what I know was boiling within me, right? And if not, I couldn't look at all your names and have my camera on. I would have been the first to turn off my camera and just talk to you, right? So attend some events or conferences. You've been staying at home for a long time. You don't go anywhere. Why should I spend money to do this and that? It's okay, right? You need it. It will help you. Please do it, right? Join some online communities and forums. Facebook groups are there all over the place. Look, some local groups like meetups, and there's the local commerce, right? The commerce group are all there, right? And here I highlighted some examples of some high profile based on my research, right? That's Sarah Berkeley, and Richard Branson, who is, if you guys don't know who they are, you can research them. So this guy is the Virgin Airlines guy, right? Sarah had to, studying the Spence, reach out to Richard, right? Who became an unofficial mentor to her, right? Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, that one is very popular. Oprah talks about Maya Angelou being, an inspiration to her, right? So these are all people we look up to who have done exactly what I'm showing you. So tonight, the whole thing that our assignment or our work that must be done is to find the tools and the resources that can help us achieve those desires that we have defined, right? And the expectation part is we trying to get rid of anything that can hold us back and stop us, which are the stories we've told ourselves, or the environment, the people, and the experiences we've gone through, right? So now that we've gotten rid of those things and have been able to establish our desires, the next thing is, hey, what tools do I need? Who can help me to get this thing done? Right. So again, next week, tomorrow, why do I feel like it's a week? Because the coaching program, I do it week by week. So I keep saying week. So the next one is, so I gave you some portion where you can write them down, right? But the next step, which is tomorrow, we will look at, our implementation piece, right? Where we will implement our desires, right? Whatever the resources we searched and found, we will implement them and take it to the next level. I'll leave room for a couple questions if you have any. Any question, please? But I hope you guys are doing the exercises. Can you guys unmute yourself? Are you doing the exercises? And
Pastor Vincent, I had a question.
yes, please.
Okay, so like, as far as what productivity goes, I feel crippled in a way because I feel like I overconsume a lot of like self-help videos, books, or just self-help content or self-improvement content.
Mhm.
So sometimes I feel crippled in a way like I don't know where to begin or even how to properly jot down my goals and kind of put it into practicality or practice. So it makes it kind of like hard for me to begin. It's like I know what to do, but I don't know how to begin. So like how would you go about that?
And that's exactly what this program or training is, right? Showing you how to go about it, right? So now, okay, today's exercise, right? So I'll say from Monday, Tuesday is what you said you've been doing, right? Consuming the content to help you um, break free from anything that will hold you down, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, today, what are the resources you need based on the goal that you have written down? So, what is your goal? Can you give us one that is not too personal that you can share?
Absolutely. So what I told myself is that I want to be able to read at least one book a month.
Okay. Okay. So now you want to read one book a month, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, one, the first question you have to answer is why do you want to read one book a month? What is the purpose behind that goal? Because that
Well,
is your expectation,
mm-hmm,
right? Hey, so I want to read one book a month is defining what you want, right? The
mm-hmm.
purpose is the expectation. What will reading one book a month do for you?
Um, it would help me to enhance my vocabulary. I mean, there's so many reasons why I want to start reading more, but the reason why I want to read one book a month is because I want to be more knowledgeable in a certain area of life, like when it comes to self-improvement. Because those are the books that I typically read, and also for vocabulary or diction enhancement.
Um, since you've started this, let's do a quick exercise, okay? Free of charge. This is what I would have done for um my paid customers, but let's do this real quick. Anybody who wants to drop, it's okay. Because it might take a little bit time based on the answers she gives, right? But if you want to learn, you are free to stay. Okay. So one, you want to read a book a month, right? And I ask you
Yes.
why, right? What is your reason, right? And you said to enhance your vocabulary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why do you want to enhance your vocabulary?
Well, I want to be able to communicate more efficiently and understand people from like more than like how do I say this? I want to understand like if I'm communicating or engaging with people, I want to be able to understand them from a three-dimensional point of view versus just a very surface level point of view.
I like that. Okay, excellent. So why do you think um, communicating effectively and understanding people from that complete dimension, um, why is that important to you?
Um, well, one, I believe that communicating effectively allows people to understand you better. Um, and it's easier to get your point across in a succinct manner. Um, and your second question is
Why do you, why is that important to you?
okay.
The
Yeah,
ability to
it's
communicate effectively or getting people to understand you. or understand the
Yeah.
people, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the reason why I want to understand people is that I want to expand my intellect. So if I am talking to someone who sees things from one dimension, maybe because I've been able to like enhance this skill that I'm working on, I can be able to provide solutions to issues rather than just kind of like dwelling on that solution, or just just kind of be able to give them a different mindset, or different perspective and mindset, to more so like help or serve mankind in that area.
So, you said you want to read a book a month
Hmm.
to enhance your vocabulary so that you can communicate effectively and understand people better, um, so that you will be able to provide a better solution to them. Are you guys following where we are going? I need some response from everyone.
Yes.
Okay. So now, maybe my last, just so I don't go too far with the time. Why is it important to you to be able to provide solutions to people?
So I feel like life is already hard as it is. I feel like many of us, like you said earlier when you were speaking to us, you said that we are all here for one another. Like we cannot be loners. So if I can provide a solution to help a person in a situation they may find themselves in because they don't necessarily have the answer, at least I can be some type of gateway to the answer they need, to kind of move or shift to the next level in life.
Right? So, um, let me reiterate your last point, right? So to be able to
Mhm.
serve a generation who has been misunderstood or have not been able to be um, to um, to properly express themselves. Would that
Mhm.
be right? Or you can rephrase it for me if I miss something. Your last part. I mean, your last point,
Yeah, essentially that's really what it is. You
right?
said it perfectly.
Okay, right. So what I just did was to pick that one simple goal that I want to read a book a month. Every single one of you here, the goals that you have has a core reason why you want to do that one simple task. And your ability to find out the core of it is what holds you down and not quit. So now that Rachel has come to the place of understanding that, oh, the reason why I want to read a book a month is not just because Rachel wants to communicate effectively or I want to be intellectually sound. But the core of it is that I see that a lot of people have not been heard because they probably have not been able to communicate better or have not been understood, right? And so I want to position myself as a solution. So again, the point I'm trying to drive at is that every single one of you, your core goal is a solution to a problem. See? So with this, you are solid. It empowers you. You don't come up with all of those excuses and things that you tell yourself that makes you feel demoralized. Was that helpful?
Mhm.
Very helpful.
Zainab, did you had a question to, I think you and Rachel crashed when you unmuted yourself.
Um, the- it's just the questions that you asked Rachel, right? But how can I get this recording so I can ask myself those questions when I'm trying to break down my goals for this year?
Okay. Do you have the book?
Yes, I have the book.
Okay.
Not the physical book, but I have the ebook on Kindle.
So the ebook is what I was showing on the screen if you saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want the recording, I'm actually going to, I posted the I'll post them on my YouTube channel. If you
Okay.
want, you can search the name of the book on YouTube.
Okay.
You might find it. I posted the old ones there, so for some of you, I think I shared the link.
Okay.
Yeah,
No problem.
yeah, you can search it now. You would, I think you'll find it.
No problem. I'll do that right now.
But that means that this recording will be later, right? Because we are not done. So it'll
Yes.
come to the site later. So if you can wait, or if you want to subscribe, then definitely once I post it, it will come up.
No
The
problem.
channel
Thank you.
name is the name of my book.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So somebody to sir asked a question. That's why I said yes, sir. Okay. Any more questions? And I've been doing something at the back end, you know, so I'll use that as a bonus. So I've been doing a quick summary using AI capability to summarize, you know, the things I say. So I'll put them in a document and then also share that with you guys later. You guys are blessed, man. My only burden or worry is whether or not you will actually use this. Right? That after this 5 days, it's like, oh, okay, we are done. Oh, that was amazing. That was great. Oh, wow. Wow, that was very good. But then that's it. Everything I'll give you, you are just going to put it away. One of the things Rachel was asking is what this book does, right? Outside of what I just did with her, this planner does exactly that. So it's a 90-day planner, as you can see, and it's, let me read. I'll share that with you guys. So I show you the benefits of it, how to use it, my story, all of that. And so I have some things I have written there, right? So you set your 90-day goal pretty much, right? And then you do the steps, right? Why do you, the why stuff that I was asking Rachel, right? So you will fill all of those things in so that you have that core and solid thing. And then there are some other things in there under the resources that we did, right? Outside of the resources, I give you something I call the 3D, right? The people and the tools, right? So I give you the 3D. So the 3D is do, delete, delegate, right? What do you have to do yourself, or what can you do yourself on this desire or this goal that you have set? What can you delete, right? Some of you, it might probably be as simple as some applications on your phone. You've got to delete it for the next 90 days and say, in this 90 days, this app and this app is off because it keeps distracting me, right? Or maybe as part of your goal, you have, remember you wrote 3 goals down. Maybe one of them, you have to delete it for now, right? So that you can focus on this one. Me, Vincent, one of my biggest goals for 2025 is that I will publish a book every single month, right? I have too many books. I need to find a way to get rid of them. My 2026 goal is already set. 2026 goal, I'll release a song every single month, right? Everything that I have held back within me, it's time to let them out. right? So with this goal, what can I delegate? So the 3D is do, delete, delegate, right? What can I delegate? So with my books, the formatting part, I can do it, but it takes me too much time. So I delegate. I pay somebody $200 to do the formatting of my book. I pay somebody $50 to do the book cover. I paid somebody another $200 to do the audible version. So the audible version of Desire Creativity Blueprint is there, right? So I delegate these things to people to do them for me. Why? I have to be productive. Productivity means knowing what to do, what to delete, what to delegate. That's the 3D, right? And then once you have done that, you come to the other part, which we will do tomorrow, is the implementation. Now that I know what to do, it's time to do it. Write the book, right? Yeah, and I'm saying that to myself, not to you. I said I have to write a book every month, right? So write the book, right? Stay up. The kids are asleep. Stay up. Write it. Yes, I have to sleep 3-4 hours. Maybe I always try to take a nap after work, right there, like 31 hour there, so that in the night, I don't do coffee and all of those things. So if I take my nap 31 hour, I'm good. I'm up all night, right? Do it. You have one life to live. Make it count so that you are proud of yourself. Generations after you. Yes, maybe this generation might not care about this book, but a generation is coming who will say, my goodness, who wrote this book? Man, what? Right? We've all read books that generations ago, when it was written, was not even probably popular. Right? My goal for writing this series is to change the narrative. That if anybody thinks of a desire, if anybody thinks that, oh, I have a desire to do this, if that word desire comes to anybody's mind, they have to think of this book and say, oh, there is a blueprint that can help me make this desire a reality. That's my goal for this series of books that I'm writing. What is your goal? That is my why. I'm not writing a book every month just to become, to say, oh, I wrote a book, or to become famous. Famous, you don't determine when to become famous. In fact, you cannot make yourself famous. Right? So when people say that, I don't get what they are trying to, you cannot make yourself, I cannot make myself famous. No, I can only make myself productive, do what I know I'm called to do it to the best of my ability, and let the world determine whether they like it or not. That's how greatness are made. Just do what you know you are called to do, period. The fame, the popularity, all of them comes as a result of people seeing that you have done a good work. Then they will say, man, I like this guy. I like this book. I like that. But if you are not doing anything and you are trying to let our world fast pace and untrue fame because you have subscribers think you are famous, no. Even those who have the subscribers are people who have raised up their hand to say, man, I like your content. Right? So it comes back to the core thing. Do what you are best at and let the world determine whether or not they like it or not. That's it. I know you are blessed.
I am blessed.
Okay, tonight we went over 30 minutes. Thank you all. God richly bless you. If the people are not dropping, it means the thing is good. So I thank you for saying that you like what I'm doing, right? So this is fame right there.
Hello.
Hello, Emma. How are you doing? This is fame right there, right? Because if the thing is not good, you see people dropping like you go come to boom, because you've gone too much over time. But if they like it, then they stay. So, so thank you for staying. Or maybe you stayed for sympathy. That's also good. Thank you. Being sympathetic with me. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, honestly. And remember that if you doubt yourself, remember, I, Vincent Opon, I believe in you.
Thank you.
So don't disappoint me. Don't disappoint yourself. Please, let's go create a world and a life that we are proud of, that gives us fulfillment. And the Father who brought us into time will say, good and faithful servant. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much, Doc.
Thank you.